Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate all you guys being here. All your support, comments, likes, all the things you guys do to support the channel. You guys are awesome. This video is about body armor. Do you need it? Well, it's all about weight and cost and how much do you think you need it? What is the situation you're in? If you're in an urban situation doing a lot of CQB, house-to-house fighting, lots of threats, body armor is a must. Definitely a must-have. And cost. But then again, how much is your life worth? I value my life quite highly, and I don't want to die. So body armor, I have several different options. I'll show you in just a sec. Weight though. If you're in an urban environment, yes, definitely. If you're out in the rural areas, running through the mountains or something like that, like mountain warfare, you probably don't want it because speed is your greatest ally there. And you don't want to be encumbered down by a bunch of extra weight. You want to move quickly, hit hard, hit fast, get out, that kind of stuff. Guerrilla warfare, asymmetrical warfare, yeah, you may not want body armor. You may still want it though. It's all what your physical capability is, for one thing, being fit and able to carry all the weight. Cost, of course, comes into it, and things like that. But basically, weight. All right, there's hard armor. Excuse me. Like we talked about plates. Then there's soft armor, which is like you see bulletproof vests. The vests are predominantly just for pistol rounds. They don't stop rifle rounds. Hard plates stop rifle rounds. Now you can run a hybrid of both. You can run soft armor with plates, give you extra protection, right? Yeah, that would be good, but more weight and less maneuverability, less mobility. So there's, trade-offs. Soft armor, let's start off with 2A. That's the lowest level. It's not as common anymore, but it's used predominantly undercover, like deep undercover stuff, like law enforcement and stuff. Maybe some three-letter agencies when they want to go deep undercover and they don't want anything showing at all. It is effective versus handgun rounds from 22 to about 45 ACP. Not very good about 9, not very good at 357 Magnum, things like that. Maybe 38, 40, 45, 22, 25, 32, some of those smaller pistol calibers. Well, not that 40 and 45 are small, but they're bigger and thus more easier to stop, to dissipate the energy. That's what body armor does. The bullet hits it, and whatever it's made of, the materials it's made of, are designed to dissipate the energy and to slow it down, to stop it before it goes through and damages your body. Okay, level 2. It'll stop most handgun rounds, 9mm 244 Magnum. And also, you got to understand about body armor. In the movies, sometimes they'll portray it well, sometimes they don't. You get hit and you're wearing body armor, it's still going to hurt. It's going to hurt bad. And depending on what kind of body armor. If you have, plates and you're hit with a 9mm, okay, probably not. But you got to take that into account. So the highest level of soft armor is 3A. It's the highest level of soft armor. Stops almost all handgun rounds. And submachine gun rounds, including 12-gauge slugs. So it's the best soft armor you can get. All right, now plates, hard plates. Level 3 stops rifle rounds up to M80, which M80 is standard NATO 308 or 7.62x51 ball ammo. So it's pretty good. It's not really effective versus 5.56 because it's going so fast. It'll stop AK rounds though, 7.62x39. Then there's also a hybrid like level 3 plus. Level 3 will stop some 5.56, will stop AK rounds, 308, some rounds like that. Some of the not super powerful rifle rounds. Then there's 3 plus, which is a little bit better. It's kind of in between 3 and 4. Level 4 is up to a 30-06 armor-piercing round. Not just a 30-06, an 30-06 black tip AP round. Seriously, that's serious plates right there. So the weights on them is a steel plate, weighs about 7 to 7.5, maybe 8 pounds, depending on the level of protection. The ceramics and the polys weigh between 3.5 to 4-ish pounds. So it's got that going on for it. It's just the ceramics and the polys are more expensive typically. Although some of them are, I'll show you, aren't out of your budget range. So let me show you some of them. First one is an AR500 steel plate. See how thick it is? There you go. AR500. This is level 3. It's a level 3 plate. So like I talked about, stop at 30-06 or 308, 7.62 by 39, most 5.56 rounds. One thing that's important if you're getting steel, especially, you want this. See how it's all looks like non-skid stuff like rhino liner? It's called Spall Coating. It's anti-Spall Coating. What is Spall? If this was just steel and I have it sitting here on my plate and a round hits, the bullet would break apart, right? Because this is steel. It would break apart and send shrapnel up right into my neck, hitting my jugular vein, which is not good. You don't want that happening, right? Because you'd bleed out. So there'd be no point in having a plate. So you got to have that Spall Coating on there. So if you have the option, you're ordering hard armor, especially steel, Spall Coating. And if they offer an extra level or extra layer of Spall Coating, get it. It's life dependent. Because what happens is basically the bullet hits, and then it's kind of a rubberized coating. So the fragments will go underneath the rubber and kind of just be absorbed by the plate. So that is a steel plate. I got a couple sets of these, and as you saw, it was AR500, made in the U.S. And at the time I bought these, the patent was pending. I don't know if they're patented yet, but yeah. So these are pretty good plates, but they're heavy. It's like 7.5 pounds. This one, on the other hand, is super light, and it kind of has a Spall Coating too, but it's not really necessary. But you see how thick it is? I'll show you the thickness differences. Big thickness difference, right? But this weighs double what this one does. This one weighs 7.5 pounds. This weighs like 3 and maybe 3.5, about that. But I'll show you right here. This is a battle steel plate. You can see it right there. It is a level 3 plus, like I talked about, in between level 3 and level 4. So it'll stop 5.56. It'll stop 7.60 by 39, 308, 30-06, not AP. But it might stop it. It's just not rated for that. It's a 10 by 12. Some of the other things you want curved, right? Because your body isn't straight. You want it to fit your body, so it curves naturally to your body. And then what are some other things? What are these little things here? Instead of having a straight plate, it's called a shooter's cut. So when you go up like this, your arm, you're shooting your gun or whatever it may be, you got the leverage to do so. You bring your gun across. Here, I'll hold it like this. You guys know what I'm saying. I'm looking like a klutz. Anyway, and this is battle steel. This is a polyethylene ballistic panel. So it is made out of polyethylene. They also make ceramic body armor, which I have some somewhere else. So ceramics, there's polys, and there's steels. Those are basically the options out there for civilians. There's some other stuff out there, but we can't really get it. But yeah, it's a good option. And this wasn't that expensive. I think the set of these level 3 plus polys were under about 150 maybe, whereas the steel ones I think were about 80 or 90, maybe 100, I forget exactly. I got them a while back too. So and especially with poly or ceramics, do not drop them, do not hit them. Take care of them. Take good care of them. See how I've had these for quite a while, and they are in really good condition. I just pulled this right out of my plate carrier, my primary plate carrier. So yeah, take care of them, and they'll take care of you. And this one you can see. I mean, the handwritten stuff is worn off, but this one's in basically awesome shape. And I trained for probably 4 or 5 years, tactical training, basically every other weekend with a bunch of guys with these plates in my primary plate carrier. So yeah, take care of them. But other than that, like I said, comes down to cost. What can you afford? What is your life worth? And weight and maneuverability. It adds thickness to your body. It adds it's a little bit more cumbersome. When you're shouldering a rifle, you got to train with it. You got to get used to it because it sits differently, because the plate is kind of in the way there. So you got to get used to that. If you get used to it, it's no problem. But like I always say, train. Use your stuff, use your gear. Make sure that you know how it works. Make sure you understand everything about it. There's also other options like side plates, Have some of those also, ceramic side plates that I just didn't show you right now, but they're smaller. They're to protect your side regions. Are they needed? It all depends on what you want. If I'm going in a really, really hostile environment, like an urban environment, I would probably throw my side plates in and my front and rear plates. But it's something to look at. Check out Bowtac. Bowtac is where I got the poly plates from. And check out Air 500 Steel. I'm endorsed by neither company, so I'm just saying a shout out for them because that's where I got my stuff. So that's where I put my hard-earned money into, and I feel they're good deals. Since I bought them though, like the Air 500 Steel or Air 500 offers a lot more different options, not just the steel. When I bought mine, it was just steel. That's all they did. So check out the options, see what works best for you in your price range and what level of protection you want, and with your physical capability, what are you able to carry around? I'll tell you what, 15 pounds of steel plates, plus all your other gear, your mags, your water, your food, your war belt, your secondary, your primary, your pack, all that stuff. Whew, even being fit, it's difficult. So make sure you get what works for you. And you know, it's a good place to spend some money though, seriously. And I'm not really talking about ballistic protection for your head, but you know, there's some options out there. Like this is just a PSA GT helmet. It's an old school Kevlar helmet, military. It's not the best option by far, but this is this is what I have right now. And you get those fairly inexpensive. So, and those will stop, you know, like maybe handgun rounds, shrapnel, stuff like that. That's not going to stop rifle rounds direct impact, although they have stopped glancing blows. I've seen a lot of people in the military where, you know, they'll have a AK round wedged in the helmet. So it does work. We got to protect ourselves. We got to be ready. We got to be trained. We got to be fit, and we got to be well equipped because times are getting bad, and don't know when we're going to have need for all this stuff. But we will. So prep a little every day, please, guys. I love you guys, and I want you guys in the asset column, not the liability column. Speaking of that, more people in the asset column, the more people prepared, then the less threats there are out there to all of us. We all should want everybody to be prepared. Go to all the different prepper channels you can. Give them support. Subscribe to them. YouTube's been attacking all of us, and the conservative channels especially. So make sure you're subscribing and resubscribing to those channels if you get unsubscribed. They're unsubscribing people like from my channel right and left, demonetizing, stuff like that. I'm still going. I don't care. They're not going to keep me down. Just like they're not going to keep you down. We need to unite, pull together as a community, support each other, and make sure we're prepping a little every day. I love you guys, and blessings to you and yours.